All right. Look at this. We are live and we're all here.
Whoa.
The beard is here. The stash is here. I mean, this is there a full moon outside?
It could be.
I don't know who's watching what, but okay.
Oh, that was me. My bad.
You know.
I'm trying to share everything and send it all out.
You know. I would say you get out the masses now.
Yeah.
But anyway, it is we are a couple of days away from opening day. Finally, 99 days of a lockout finally got settled, and we're seeing some of the fruits of that agreement. Is we're getting prospects that are making the opening day rosters. Bobby Witt Jr. will be on the opening day roster for the Royals. Julio Rodriguez will be on the opening day roster for the Mariners. Just a couple of the guys. So we're seeing, prospects who normally wouldn't be there on opening day wouldn't be held back for service time reasons. That's not happening now with the new labor agreement. So that's one positive that came out of this. I don't know how many more there really are. We're still doing the stupid ghost runner crap on second base and extra inning and all that stuff. But, but because Josh gets angry when we talk about this, we're going to start with this before we really dive into the preview. Carlos Beltran was on that bang the trash can Astro team that won a World Series. Then he was a Mets manager for about 5 minutes. Then Manfred decided to name Carlos Beltran as the only player involved in said Astro trash can banging incident. And Beltran hasn't been seen or heard from much since until just recently when he got a gig as part of the broadcast team for the Yankees. So he's been running around, running his mouth. And he just sat down with Michael Kay to talk about that Astros team. And here's what I got out of it, is that Carlos Beltran is mad. He is mad that he cooperated with Rob Manfred when Rob Manfred said that he wasn't going to go after the players. And then when the report came out that he was the only one mentioned and that he has basically had to take all the heat from a player standpoint for everything that happened. And obviously it cost him the Mets manager gig. It could potentially cost him a Hall of Fame plaque. We'll see what happens when he comes up on the ballot. But in the midst of all of this, when he talks about it, he admits to absolutely nothing. He says nothing. Michael Kay asked him, well, what did you actually do? And he goes, oh, well, the video room was all the way down the hall, so we moved it closer. And, well, why did you do it? Well, we felt other teams were doing things, so we were just catching up, and then it just went too far. Did Manfred tell ownership? I don't know, because they didn't tell us, so we didn't know to stop. Like, seriously? Why are you running your mouth? What good is this doing? If you're not going to admit to anything, you're just running around like a crybaby. So what good does this do? Other than just bring it all up again.
Well, I think that he was one of the only ones that actually received a punishment. So for him to be able to get a job back in the major leagues, and especially with a team like the Yankees, people are going to ask him.
Everybody's back. He's back. Lunau's back. I mean, everybody's back.
Yeah, but I mean, Carlos Beltran, former player, had the manager position with your Mets, was going to be your manager.
Don't worry.
Hey, could have worked. You guys could have got a World Series from cheating. You don't know.
No, here's the thing, okay? Being a logical Met fan, I can say that Carlos Beltran is one of the all-time greatest Mets. Okay? When you look at numbers-wise, fine. However, I will never and can never get over the fact that he froze to that Wainwright curveball. Okay? It's never going to happen. Okay? Especially when You talk when you have years later, when you talk to guys that were on that team, they said, because remember, that's Wainwright's rookie year, so they didn't have a whole lot of knowledge on Wainwright. They said the only thing we knew about him going into those at-bats was to look for the curveball. So Carlos Beltran, the best hitter in that goddamn lineup, throws at the curveball. So no, I don't care what he has to say. I'm happy he wasn't my manager. I'm happy he got in trouble. I hope that the Yankees have a female instructional manager. I think she's a manager in the minor leagues. And during spring training, she got hit in the face. She got a black eye.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah, she's actually like I think she just came back and she was like walking around with like a football helmet as a joke.
They gave her, yeah.
It's gonna happen to Carlos Beltran.
Come on, that's mean.
No, it's not.
That's mean.
No, it's not.
A typical Mets fan, turn on their own.
Swing on a curveball.
First of all, curveballs are hard pitches to hit, okay?
If he had swung and missed, that's fine. Don't sit there and look at the damn thing.
Yeah, you can't just stand there and look at it. You got to swing or something, especially if it's the last out of the game.
It's the only pitch they knew. God. Also, because we can't do a show without saying something about Rob Manfred, and since we're already talking about the Yankees, this ties in. Congress is usually really in on the NFL. They're actually really in on the NFL right now with Daniel Snyder and all his ongoing things that are going on, which I'm sure in a future show we're going to dive into a whole hell of a lot. But Congress is currently, well, not Congress, but the appeals court in New York is currently dealing with MLB because a group of bettors sued Major League Baseball and the Yankees and the Astros for when all that cheating was going on, saying that they were altering games and that they wanted the money. And apparently there is a letter in which Manfred wrote to the Yankees about whatever it is the Yankees were supposedly doing at that time that has been covered up all this time. And now there's a battle back and forth about these letters apparently becoming public. And God, do I want these to become public? Because this is what I need. I need in writing that Manfred knew the Yankees were cheating and he covered it up. Because that's why this isn't public. Okay, this isn't that it's going to cause some great public image hurt to the Yankees. Nobody cares. But Gunnar, I don't need your Bleacher Report updates. It popped up on my phone too. Thank you. But like the Yankees fight, this isn't the Yankees fighting this is Rob Manfred fighting, because what happens if all of a sudden it becomes public knowledge that Manfred knew and covered it up?
Then you gotta get rid of him. There's no excuse.
I will throw a parade.
If you have the commissioner of your sports league covering up cheating for its organization just because they're historic for winning, you gotta get rid of them. There's no room for a guy like that.
There's no room for him anyway.
That's true.
99 days of a lockout for no reason.
There were plenty of reasons to lock out baseball teams.
No. The lockout itself is one thing. The fact that it went 99 days is another, especially considering half of those days they didn't even negotiate.
I feel like there's a pun in there. I got 99.
We trust.
No, I got 99 problems, but baseball ain't one.
Yeah.
Anybody in Manfred we trust shirt? Because he's done nothing but good for the baseball community, okay?
When you say things like that, it makes me think Will Smith.
Will Smith slaps another celebrity when you say things like that.
Yeah.
That's fine with me. I'll say it all day.
All right. Jada cheats on him again. Does that make you feel worse?
I doubt it.
He can come to my house. I don't care. I got jokes for days.
All right, so let's
Yeah,
dive
they're
into it.
terrible.
But
Fuck you.
what division do you guys want to start with? I mean, these are all just wonderful divisions.
Since we've already started talking about your suffering, should we just finish it up by talking about the East?
Okay, you want to go NL East? Sure, let's go NL East. So let's get this up here. Since I got a nice long article.
It was an entanglement, not cheating.
Yeah.
It's an
True.
open relationship, yeah.
All right. So
What happened? You
on
tripped. He fell.
DraftKings currently,
Landed on her day.
the Braves are your favorite to win the division at plus 115. The Mets are second at plus 200. Phillies are
Really?
third at plus 330. The Marlins are fourth at plus 1600, and the Nationals are dead last at plus 5500. Just to catch everybody up, the Braves this offseason traded for Matt Olson. They signed Kenley Jansen. They re-signed Eddie Rosario, Colin McHugh, Kirby Yates.
Hold on.
Yep.
The Braves are allowed to re-sign their own players?
Not Freddie Freeman.
That's news to me.
Yeah. Not Freddie Freeman.
Apparently
they wanted. Freeman was a little old for their liking. So Olsen is 4.5 years younger, and they did give Olsen 8 years and $168 million after the trade. So that's what the Braves have done this offseason. The Marlins got Jacob Stallings to play catcher. They got Joey Wendell from the Rays. And they signed Jorge Soler from the Braves and Avisal Garcia as well to kind of round out that outfield. They also re-signed their...
First off, I agree with Nick's NL East.
Yeah, as do
Pretty
I.
much have this. I have the same setup for me.
Yep, I do too.
Okay, we're gonna get to that. Calm down. I'm trying to catch up on what the teams did.
Yeah, but when Nick has already put the pick in chat, it's like, yep, that's it. Like,
all right,
it.
fine then. Screw you guys. We won't keep going.
I mean, I didn't want to put the Mets up that high, but the other two teams are just bad.
So here's what I'm going to say about Nick's wonderful thing, and apparently you guys all agree. Why in the world do you think the Phillies are good?
Bryce Harper.
Bryce
Harper won the MVP last year.
Exactly. You guys said it wasn't going to happen, and Carl called it.
Shouldn't have happened.
Still happening.
You guys laughed at us all year. And we were like, Bryce Harper's winning the MVP. He said, oh, hell no. Guess what happened? You tell me who won the MVP? Boom. Bingo.
Yep.
Okay.
So I can't go against him again.
So you guys still haven't told me why you think the Phillies are good. Bryce Harper was there last year. They didn't make the playoffs.
Oh, it's not about why the Phillies are good. It's about why the Mets will piss it away again.
It's true.
The Phillies are good enough to hold on with.
You know what? If they had Carlos Beltra as their manager, they probably would have won.
Even a injury-filled Mets season will be better than the Phillies.
I don't know. Do you guys have Bryce Harper?
Listen to me. You guys are missing the point here on the Phillies.
Oh no! I know
last year, the Phillies blew 38 leads. Their bullpen is the Achilles heel. Do you know what their answer to solving that was? They got rid of Hector Neris and brought in Jerry's Familia. I know all about Jerry's Familia. That ain't gonna help things.
That's a fairy tale name you just made up. Okay, that's not a real person.
He's just really bad at saying names. But yeah,
Dude's
been a relief pitcher on like 3 of my fantasy rosters for years.
All right.
Look, I just feel that they have a better team this year. They're a little bit more mature. The Mets are taking a step back.
Fine.
You guys can't even keep your team healthy. The season hasn't even started. They're not even playing real games.
All this talk about your great white buffalo and Max Scherzer, and down goes DeGrom before the season even starts.
Whoa, here's the thing about the DeGrom injury, okay? The DeGrom injury is actually a blessing in disguise.
There we go.
Was
Because
was the 103 day streak of being in first place a blessing in disguise too? Just to have that all pissed away.
How long were you guys in first place?
It worked out well.
Yeah.
No, listen.
No.
Because of the shoulder issues for DeGrom last year, the idea of 30 starts plus an October run is a bit of a pipe dream. Like, you keep rolling the dice and hoping that the arm holds up. However, this injury that he has now, which isn't a major injury, which other pitchers have had and said it's nothing. I got the Cub fan over here breaking my balls about an October run. The Cub fan?
Didn't they win a World Series?
They won a World Series more recently than you did.
Yeah, it took them long enough.
Did they beat
They
you
got
guys?
it, though.
No, they did not beat me.
They beat you guys to get
You think
there,
the
though.
Mets made the playoffs?
Yeah, didn't they? What year was that?
Was that 2016?
I was like, Nick has to go on DVD. Nick is a step above Adrian when talking about their World Series wins. Before last year, Adrian always talked about the Braves winning the World Series. He had to go on VHS to watch it. Okay, Nick has to go on DVD. He can't even go to Blu-ray to watch the Cubs' World Series.
There was Blu-ray when the Cubs won the World
I
Series.
know there was. I'm being facetious. Calm down.
Okay.
Shit, I think DVD just came out when the Diamondbacks won the World Series.
2000s, yeah.
2001, yeah.
2001.
Yeah,
I mean,
you got
CDs were a thing still. So
They were.
Yeah.
You got DVD there.
Was the iPod out?
Oh.
Yeah,
It was like
the iPod was
2007.
I think the
2008.
iPod just came out. Remember, it was like,
The
hold
iPod was
1,000 songs.
I'll say the original iPod. Was out. I don't think we were at version 2 yet.
We weren't. No.
All right, so we're all in agreement that the Braves are likely to repeat in the division.
Maybe you guys should bring back David Wright. That might help the team.
Oh, I
around.
thought y'all were crazy. October 2001. That's when the iPod came
I told you.
out. All right.
We're good.
Yeah, and the Diamondbacks won a World Series. Luis Gonzalez popped right over Jeter's head.
Glorious.
Overrated bastard. Couldn't make that catch.
It's a difficult catch.
Yeah. All right. So anyway, we all agree Braves are likely to repeat.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
even with the loss of Freddie Freeman, they've added enough players, and they got Matt Olson, who arguably is right behind Freddie Freeman at first base.
Some would say better, but whatever.
Yeah.
It all depends.
I wouldn't say better, but he's definitely on par enough for them not to really lose anything. The Eddie Rosario re-signing was huge for them too because he's big. And then who is the other guy?
You're getting Acuna back too after injury.
Acuna will be back, yeah. So
Yeah.
you're fine.
I'll say their pitching's the only thing that's questionable. I mean, they do have some.
They should be able to put up enough runs though that their pitchers can just sit back a little bit.
Yeah.
You'll have those days where they can't, they won't be able to do anything, but who knows? Maybe they'll make a trade.
All right, moving on. What division you want to go to next?
Might as well just keep going down.
NL
Just do the whole NL and then we'll go over to the AL.
All right. So let's go to the Central. The Brewers are the overwhelming favorite.
Really?
Minus 165. Cardinals are second at plus 215. Then everybody else is a distant favorite. The Cubs are 11-1. Reds are 17-1. The Pirates are 75-1.
I actually have the Cardinals over the Brewers in mine.
Interesting.
Yep.
The Cardinals' rotation has so many questions. It is hard. Like the Cardinals have a better.
Nick, are you looking at my paper right now?
He's looking at my paper too. Like, I swear to God.
Camera in here?
So the Cardinals have a better offense than the Brewers do, but the Brewers have way better pitching. Way better pitching. I mean, the Cardinals are relying on a 40-something-year-old Wainwright. Dakota Hudson's coming back from injury. Miles Mikolas is coming back from injury. Flaherty is still hurt. I mean, they don't have that one guy that they can really rely on. Now I know the Cardinals are kind of like the Patriots in that they always seem to find a way.
Yeah.
I mean, they did. We kind of shoveled dirt on them last year, and there they were in the playoffs. But that, like, a lot of things are going to have to go right in that rotation for the Cardinals to get to the Brewers. The Cubs, I mean, I don't know what the Cubs are doing. Like, they're rebuilding, they're not rebuilding. They brought in Marcus Stroman, who then's talking about how he wants to go play for the Giants. So, by all means, I'm happy you're far away from me. Yeah, I don't know what they're doing. The Reds sold off everybody, so nobody cares about that. And the Pirates they're the Pirates.
It's true. The Pirates are great.
Great at selling off all their talent and keeping meaningless players for cheap. Yes, they're fantastic at that.
Yes, Gunnar. I know that the Cubs have Suzuki, but whoop-de frickin' do. Okay, like I'm very interested to see what he does. Like, I'm sure in fantasy drafts he's going extremely high. I'm
just like Byung-Hyun Kim went super high, or Byung-Ho Park. That guy went super high. Had like half of a good year. So
I don't even know if you want to call it
three
half.
Byron Buxton seasons. He had 3 Byron Buxton seasons. It's fine.
Byron Buxton's the GOAT.
I will fucking stab.
Yeah,
him.
there you go. Fukudome. There you go.
Is Shin-Chu Cho still playing?
Shin-Chu Chu? No.
Yeah. Remember that guy?
He was good, though.
He was.
Fukudome, not good.
What about Daisuke? Daisuke still pitching?
No, he just retired, actually.
What, in the Korean League?
Yeah, right. Nick Buxton did play 150 games, and he had a 248 average, so below the league average. So he wasn't good.
You guys remember Sinjo?
Who?
See, come on.
Was he a Met? That's probably why.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, nope.
But no, there's a reason why I'm asking. He now manages over in Japan. Dude, the guy came in on like a flying ship on opening day. It's like the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Well, yeah, they have more fun over there when it comes to baseball.
It's amazing.
Like the what do they got? Instead of the home run derby, the bunt derby.
Yeah,
that's
dope.
Did you see that we're doing 2 home run derbies this year? We're sending a bunch of guys that were never good in the first place overseas to do a home run derby.
Was Nick Swisher on that list?
Giovanni Soto is on that list. Giovanni Soto wasn't good ever.
What the hell? Juan Soto's brother?
Yeah.
It was not a plane, Nick.
Was it a blimp?
It's like a hovercraft.
They're called planes.
A hovercraft. They got those in Japan? Why not just ride it on Godzilla in Japan?
They should have.
I know.
Or a Nimbus cloud.
Oh, Dragon Ball Z. What up?
They got traded to the Padres.
Are
we ready to head on to my favorite division, the NL West?
Yeah, let's get that. By the way, I don't give a shit that Giovanni Soto was an all-star one more time. He sucked. He was awful. So just stop. Anyway, the West, the Dodgers are the overwhelming favorite minus 235. Padres plus 290. The Giants 6-1. The Rockies and Diamondbacks both tied at 120-1.
Put your money on it.
Real quickly, before we talk about the teams that matter in this division, what the hell are the Rockies doing?
Right?
You couldn't keep Nolan Arenado. You actually paid the Cardinals to take Nolan Arenado.
$50 million.
You didn't re-sign John Gray. You didn't re-sign Trevor Story. But then you gave a bunch of money to Chris Bryant. And if you're Chris Bryant, what the hell? Did you not pay attention to anything that ever happened in Colorado?
Yeah, I did. I'm trying to get my wallet nice and fat.
Yeah. Plus, the Rockies are going to end up paying somebody in 3 years to take Chris Bryant.
And he'll probably go somewhere where it's nice and sunny. Miami.
I can officially say Nick is fucking pissing me off because that's 3 in a row.
Nick and mine are slightly different.
I was gonna,
You have the Padres above the Giants?
The Padres above the Giants and the Rockies swapped with the D-backs.
Yeah, I have D-backs ahead of the Rockies and Giants over Padres. Yeah.
There's no way the Diamondbacks get out of the basement this year from that team unless because they're going to end up trading some of their good players anyways at the end of the year, just like they always do. Zach Gallen will be out. We're going to lose, even though we re-signed an extension to Kentel, he'll be gone.
Yeah, that is a real battle for the basement over there between Colorado and the D-backs.
We're going to trade for Chris
I think
Bryant,
the D-backs have a better – like, you guys have a better rotation, though, as far as health goes and just, like, consistency. The Rockies really struggle in a hitter's park. Like, that's rough for them at home.
I mean, the Rockies have some guys. They have Marquez. They have Senzala.
What's this one kid's name, too? They got a couple guys on that team. The Diamondbacks
They have a couple. I mean, neither team has anything really great other than the name Chris Bryant being on the Rockies. But consistency and pitching, like Diamondbacks have the edge, and pitching is really where it counts when you don't have bats. So D-backs, I think, can pull out maybe just a couple more wins.
As long as, they're Gallen, if that guy can stay healthy this year and play well, then the rotation is not going to be too much of a problem. It's just the hitting. And...
I mean, look at it this way, Chico. You got Ian Kennedy.
We had Ian Kennedy like 10 years ago, too.
Ian Kennedy at the front, Mark Melanson in the back. I mean, if that doesn't scream victories, I don't know what does.
Hell yeah. That's a winner right there.
It hurts my heart thinking about it. Where's the pitchers?
I mean, I understand your pain, man, but I don't have a lot of sympathy for you.
We did draft Matt Scherzer, so that was pretty cool. We got Luke Weaver, baby.
You gonna let Perdomo actually play, Chico?
If it was up to me, I would say yes. But I don't get to say. I mean, we got some guys on the team. Nick Ahmed's still there. I mean, he's getting old, but he's still a Gold Glover. Christian Walker's hopefully does well this year. Looking good. Josh Rojas is probably one guy I really want to hopefully comes out of his shell and does good this year. But it's a young team, so we'll see. Dodgers suck.
I mean, you're not beating that team this year. The Giants went out and spent a lot of money, too, and they still don't have enough.
I mean, so I like the Rodon. You got Carlos Rondon?
Rondon, yep.
I forgot what I was. It's CBS Sports or fucking fantasy. Oh, Chris Rondon.
But see, you go out and you say the Giants spent a lot of money, but I mean, look at where they spent it. Okay, right? They did 2 years to Rodon, 3 years to Desclafani, 2 years to Wood, 2 years to Alex Cobb, a year to Jock Peterson, a year to Matthew Boyd, a year to Carlos Martinez, and he only gets the money if he actually can manage to make the roster. I mean, who in that? I mean, Rondon is the best guy, and even he comes with question marks. I mean, nobody goes and goes, "Oh my God, I signed Alex Cobb."
Yeah, but Jock Peterson though.
Jock Peterson is Gavin Lux, like all the name and can't stick on a roster. Like he had like 2 flashes for the Braves on that run, and then somebody was like, "Oh shit, let me go sign him." Jorge Soler had a great October, and he turned that into 3 years and some money.
Is that what you're supposed to do?
Yeah, pretty much. That's what Kirk Cousins did, even though we're not talking football.
Cobb is not winning 14 games. Get the hell out of here.
Jock can hit 24 home runs, though.
Yeah.
Is he going to play enough?
Why not? Who else they got?
They still got an outfield.
No.
Yeah, but we got a universal DH, so.
Damn.
So, boom. Argument flawed.
That's why the Nationals took Nelson Cruz.
Yeah,
Pretty sure that was the Nationals that took him.
Yes. Good old
universal DH. You want Nelly, so.
I don't want a universal DH.
Well, I don't care what you want. I want nothing but pain and suffering for you.
Well, that's nice.
He's a Mets fan, so he already has that.
Yep. You need to be just as miserable as we are about our baseball teams, okay? My former team.
I was gonna say, what your team? You've basically.
That's how bad it is. I walked away.
I'm very optimistic about my baseball team. So I'm always looking at it glass half full.
Optimistic at what? You just said they were going to be in the basement.
Yeah. I'm hoping we don't win any games.
Oh, that's the optimistic.
I'm optimistic about losing.
You want to make money off them by them losing.
You know what I'm optimistic about?
What's that?
The Diamondbacks? That they were smart and they put a sports book attached to the stadium.
They got a nice restaurant there too, and Alice Cooperstown's across the street.
I was gonna say, I think
that's legit.
The Diamondbacks have.
It used to be. I don't know if it's still there.
The Diamondbacks have one attached. The Nationals have one attached. I think there might be two more teams that are starting to do it as well. So, there are some positives around there. It's not all bad.
I mean, Barstool might still get a college stadium named after him. So.
They got some good food at the concession stands too. Can't beat that. And they got the lemonade guy walking around. Have you been there? It's pretty sweet. Oh yeah.
All right.
Alice Cooperstown is permanently closed.
No.
So it no longer exists. Sorry, man.
Thanks a lot, Gunner.
He moves there and all the nice things go away.
It's true. It's what happens.
Yeah.
He wasn't doing a good enough job being a rent-a-cop over there.
I thought he was a mall cop.
He's not Paul Blart.
He doesn't have a sick mustache.
He can't grow facial hair.
I'm aware.
All right. AL East. We'll go there. Blue Jays.
This is easy.
Boom, baby!
Plus 170. Yankees at 2-1. Rays at plus 320. The Red Sox at plus 550. And the Orioles all the way at the bottom at 150-1.
Well, they're terrible, so that makes sense. But I have the Jays, the Sox, the Yanks, and then the Tampa.
Wow. We're all different on this one.
Yeah, I was going to say that's nowhere near what I have. Sorry.
Yeah, it's not.
Well, my bad that mine's going to be correct and you guys suck.
Okay. We've already moved on from Bryce Harper. Your one thing that you're correct about is already over. Okay.
First off, if we want to do anything, we'll make a bet about this.
You want to make a bet about the AL East?
Let's do it. We all have it. It's on a video.
What is said bet?
Well, it can't be who wins the division because I'm pretty sure we all have the Blue Jays.
Well, just I'll give you $1.
All right. You need to sign it for me.
Oh, I'll sign it. I'll draw a mustache from George Washington. What do we got? Nick over here.
Nick is not on the Jays bandwagon.
He's not. He's also a better scout than the scout. So
the scout agrees with you guys about the Jays, so you're fucked.
Oh Christ!
Oh, motherfucker!
Just call it even. I guess we'll just break $1 off.
Yeah, right. Just rip it in half. That'll be fine.
I don't know. I like the Trevor Story signing. I mean, the Jays have a young squad. They've gotten better. I didn't really see who they added. I didn't think they lost a lot either, though.
The Jays?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the best roster in baseball when it comes to hitters. Like, you're not going to have a more offensive productive and youth. Yeah, you're not going to have a more productive team.
Yeah, I mean, ideally, if you think about it, these kids shouldn't get hurt as much because they are younger, as long as they take care of themselves. But
so here you go, Chico. The Jays traded for Matt Chapman. They traded for Raimel Tapia. They signed Kevin.
I like the Chapman. That's right. They got Chapman.
They signed Josh's favorite pitcher, Kikuchi, and they signed Yimi Garcia.
Dude, yeah, that's a good squad right there. They just they're just young. That's the only thing. Some of those guys on there might be able to help them out.
But they've also got Chapman. You've got Chapman, you've got Barrios, you got Springer. Like you have.
Yeah, I was gonna say Springer's on that team, right?
Yeah,
he's still on there. Yeah, so I don't see why this team can't win the AL East. I don't see why this team can't go deep in the playoffs.
And as we're talking about in the chat, I mean, especially at the moment, The non-vaccinated cannot go and play there, so that will help.
But they also got Hyungjin Ryu. They've got Kevin Biggio, like Baby Biggio is up there. Come on, man. Group. Well, you don't have to like it. They got Ross Stripling, Teoscar Hernandez. This team is a nightmare for that division.
Teoscar Hernandez is a fantastic player. This guy's going to be future Hall of Famer. Calling it now. Book it. Bet it. Put the house on it.
Here's my only trepidation with the Jays.
Hey, we get it. You went to college.
Is that
these big words?
Is that because most of that team is so young, they haven't won yet. They haven't gone through, a stretch run where they needed to win. They were in a little bit of a race at the end of last year and came up short. So, I mean, does the additions of guys like Gossman, who was on the Giants last year, and Kikuchi, who's been on a Mariner team that has been up and down, really get them over the hump that much? I mean,
possibly. I mean, you're just looking at age and wisdom too. That says, not always need the playoff experience with some of these guys. Just something to help them calm down in the situation where it's getting a little hairy.
I mean, I put it this way. If I'm looking at it from purely an odds standpoint and what I think the best value is, I'll take the 320 with the Rays. I mean, the Rays don't do anything flashy. They never do anything flashy. They don't spend money. And yet every year they're there.
Yeah, but they have two guys out with Tommy John right now.
They have Glass now out with Tommy John.
There's a second guy too, I thought. They had a second pitcher that was out with Tommy John.
Not anybody that was a fixture in the rotation.
Okay.
They do have Baz, who will be a candidate for Rookie of the Year.
Potentially, yeah.
All right, they'll always have pitching. Okay, you have a full year of Wander Franco now.
Hopefully,
you got a Rosarena.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they have who should be your favorite first baseman in all of baseball, G-Man Choi.
Yeah, my all Asian team. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I can't dismiss the Rays.
No, you can't. But the Rays don't have the bats to beat the Blue Jays.
The
Sox. The Sox have a good lineup.
Yeah, the White Sox have a good lineup too. We'll get to the Central, but yeah. The White Sox. The White Sox are better than the Red Sox.
The Rays are not better than the Red Sox.
No, I said the White Sox are better than the Red Sox.
Oh yeah, but I'm talking about the Rays.
You're still talking about the in division. Yep, my bad.
I was gonna say,
they all have moved.
I was like, we haven't moved from the division. But no, the Red Sox have a better lineup than the Tampa Bay Rays.
I would agree. I still have the Red Sox third.
Red Sox have the same problem that I said about the Cardinals, is that
they're pitching.
What's going with the rotation?
Just wait, Sale. It's already baseball season. He's taking some time off like he normally does beginning of the year.
Chris Sale's not pitching till at least June, probably July.
That'll be fine.
Listen to the three guys that they signed in the offseason. Ready? Michael Wacha.
Goat.
Waka.
James Paxton.
Another goat.
Yep.
Rich Hill.
Yeah.
Oh God, Rich Hill.
Rich with pitches.
Rich in experience on the hill. What?
All they got to do is game manage. These guys are going to
Trevor Story better
12 runs a game.
Hurry.
Yeah, they're just going to be putting up double-digit runs every game, and these guys got to game manage the clock.
I'm not buying this. I was all in on. If you go back to the show from last year, I gave you the Sox at plus money to make the playoffs last year. I'm not in on the Sox this year. Sorry.
I'm in on the Sox this year. Book it. Nail it.
I got the Red Sox in third. Just I don't think that they have the longevity. So
I got the Sox in second. I got the Yanks in
fourth.
third.
I have the Yanks in fourth.
Really?
Yeah.
Nah.
I have the Yanks. I have the Yanks third.
I have the Yankees fourth for one reason and one reason only. I just feel like that the ownership of that team is treating it more like a business than a baseball team.
Is Garrett
I don't
Cole
think they care about winning.
stuff?
Is what?
Okay.
Can Garrett Cole pitch without the sticky stuff, without that spider texture?
Absolutely not.
He'll be fine.
Couldn't do it before the sticky stuff. He can't do it after.
Wait, what?
Maybe you should call up Trevor Bauer. I hear he's got time on his hands these days.
My client is innocent until proven guilty.
And filing for
Not in the
defamation
port-
like that, it prick.
Yeah. In the court of public opinion, he already lost, bro. There's nothing you can do.
I was saying in the court of public opinion, he was a douche before any of it.
Yeah.
Bauer
He was
will not
putting
be-
out how to make the ball stick videos like every week on his YouTube page. It was annoying.
I was like, Bauer will not be pitching this year or next year or anywhere.
Maybe never again.
He might, yeah, maybe never again. He might come back. If a team desperately needs somebody, I'm sure he'll get a look, but
Yeah.
I mean, let's get Kaepernick signed first. Can Kaepernick sign before we talk about Bauer getting back?
we're not talking about football.
I'm just saying. I mean,
It's possible. He could go to Seattle.
uh,
He could go to
Nick,
Carolina too.
Nick, this is kind of like the Goodell treatment. Yes, he wasn't guilty, but that doesn't mean that they want him pitching. I mean, the Dodgers don't even want him anymore, so Manfred just keeps extending that whatever that is.
The
that,
exempt list or whatever.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you. That's what I couldn't think of the word there for a second. All right. The Central. You're gonna like this. The Sox are the overwhelming favorite
Not a
at minus
shock.
195. The Twins are second at plus 550. The Tigers are third at 7-1. Then the Guardians at 10-1. The Royals at 15-1.
Yep. Did they put the Twins second just because they signed Carlos Correa, or like?
Well, I was going to say, do you want to badmouth the Twins first?
Yeah, I
hear it.
absolutely do.
Go ahead. You
Like-
badmouth the Twins, so then I can talk them up.
I don't know how you could possibly do that without being completely wrong.
Well, you go
No,
ahead.
they're good.
I'll do my
Okay,
best.
so you pick up a guy like Sonny Gray, who 5 years ago, that's an amazing signing. Now, not great. Like he's not the same Sonny Gray that we've seen from years past. Twins still struggling in the pitching game. Like we don't really have anything there. We've got Joe Ryan, so he's not too bad. But then you go out and you sign Carlos Correa, which everybody saw as unprecedented. I didn't expect that to happen, even though I joked with Zach about it forever. Just telling him like how great would it be if Carlos Correa went to the Twins and just sat in purgatory forever. You know, the Twins aren't necessarily a bad team when it comes to their lineup, but the rotation is god awful still. Like Sonny Gray's still not great. Kenta Maeda still on the team. I looked, so I still have an Asian. I looked. He's still there. Kenta Maeda isn't Kenta Maeda anymore. Joe Ryan's okay, you know, but he's just going to get the Barrios treatment. Everybody's going to love him, and eventually they'll trade him off for nothing. They still have Byron Buxton. They paid him $100 million, so they can get fucked for that. Max Kepler is still going to be great. You know, we get Giovanni Urshela and we get Gary Sanchez. Solid pickups from the Yankees, but the Yankees gave them up for a reason. It's not like these are big. They're upgrades, but we get rid of a guy like Mitch Garver, which is rough. Like that's not what I wanted to see happen at all. You're getting rid of these guys that can play decent baseball and are actually good at their position and can hit a little bit, and you're getting these bigger names from the Yankees that get hurt more often. You know, even our constant mainstays like Miguel Sano haven't been producing. This isn't like the 2019 or 2018 Twins that were hitting all the home runs. This isn't that team. They don't play that way. They don't pitch that way. It's not sustainable for them to be a top 2 team in the Central. Like there's people talking about them being the 6th seed in the playoffs this year. I don't see it. They don't have they just don't have the ability to maintain for that long. I have them in 3rd. So.
Did you leave out Dylan Bundy?
I did leave out Dylan Bundy.
Why?
Because anybody with the last name Bundy is explosive.
Oh, Al Bundy.
Ted Bundy.
Didn't Ted Bundy eat people?
And Al Bundy blew people up in the shoe store.
It's true.
But I mean, you're taking the Yankees got rid of Sanchez because they have 40 guys that they have to put in the DH spot. So they had to keep putting Sanchez behind the plate, and Sanchez can't be behind the plate. You're not going to put Sanchez behind the plate. All right. And I think Sanchez works as a DH. And I think that the fact that he doesn't have to carry the mental weight of going behind the plate and worrying about being, I think, he may not verbally say it, but I'm sure in his head, he knows that he is a defensive liability back there. All right. But now he cannot worry about any of that. All right. You're going to put the kid, Jeffers behind the plate, who I've got some fantasy stock in, so I'm pulling for. And, I think Sanchez can just go up there, focus on hitting. You're buying low on Gary Sanchez. Ideally, I mean, you unloaded Donaldson and all that money.
That was good. That's the only smart thing they've really done.
Yeah, and I mean, and you're ultimately buying low on Sanchez. I mean, worst case scenario is you get the Gary Sanchez of the last year and a half, which is a low batting average and the occasional power surge, and you move on from him. All right, no harm, no foul. But best case scenario is you get a Gary Sanchez with a clear mind that only focuses on doing damage at the plate. You get a Gary Sanchez from maybe 4 years ago who shows the power that is there. And then you have the option of flipping him, if you are not in contention, or you keep him long-term as a DH. So I'm not poo-pooing on the Twins as much as you are. Now, as far as Nick's thing here about sleeping on the Tigers, you are completely wrong when you say that.
Yeah, I have them at 2 in the division.
Me
I have
too.
them right under the White Sox.
I was going to say, I'm not sleeping on the Tigers. Okay? Again, last year, I said the Royals would be good and the Tigers are coming. The Tigers are here. And I'll tell you right now, if the White Sox, who already lost Lance Lynn to a knee injury, if the White Sox slip a little bit and have a couple of injuries and start to kind of fall back to the pack, the Tigers are the team that'll be there waiting, because that is a team that has a young arsenal of arms and a young group of bats. Okay, we talk about the Jays and their young bats. All right. We talk about their young bats because they're established now. We've seen what Vlad can do, and we've seen Teoscar Hernandez, right? And then they've brought in guys like, they have Chapman now and they have Springer. Okay. The Tigers have young bats.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Riley Green's got an injury, but he'll be there in the outfield. Spencer Torkelson is going to start. All right. You still got old man Miggy out there to help people out. All right.
For 2 more years.
Candelario is an under-the-radar third baseman. They signed Javi Baez, with he can thumbs down to Detroit all he wants. That is a good young team that not a lot of people are thinking about. And I'm telling you, the White Sox, if they stay the course and they don't have a whole lot of speed bumps, sure, they'll win the division. But if anything throws them off course, the Tigers are the team there to pick up the slack.
Yeah, and Nick, we weren't saying the Twins were at 2. The betting line has the Twins at 2nd in the division.
I was like 7-1. He's begging for me to bet the Tigers just for value.
Yeah, 100%.
Just for value. Because, like I said, I expect the White Sox to win. But if anything goes wrong, it's the Tigers.
Yep.
Oh, but I was like, Torque is not winning the AL Rookie of the Year. Sorry. The AL Rookie of the Year will come from that division, however. It will not be Torque, though.
How dare you?
We'll get to the AL Rookie of the Year odds, though. Don't worry about that. So lastly, the West. Your bang the can Astros are the overwhelming favorite at -175.
That's the dumbest fucking thing in the world, but okay.
Angels are 4-1. Mariners are 4.5-1. Then the Rangers, who spent $1 bajillion in the offseason, are 15-1, and the A's are 50-1. I'm gonna save you the trouble now because I know we already know where you're gonna go, Josh. The Mariners are good. They're not that good.
How dare you? The Mariners showed flashes of what they're going to do this year at the end of last year. Okay, they are winning the AL West. I have the Mariners taking the AL West. It's not going to be pretty, but that's a 90-win team. They have all the talent they need to be a 90-win team in the West.
Astros, Rangers, Mariners.
All right. Nick just said the Angels are winning the West, so we know he's smoking.
I got the Angels at 2. Shohei Ohtani and Mike Trout can't be stopped.
Is this basketball? You just need 2 guys.
Is Mike Trout going to be healthy?
Yep, he'll be healthier than Byron Buxton, guaranteed.
All right, so here's the problem.
Anyone's healthier than him.
All right, hold on. Let's just break this down. Yeah. All right. He just said a healthy Anthony Rendon. When was the last time Anthony Rendon was healthy? Oh my, that's like asking Byron Buxton to be healthy. Don't throw that out here. Come on.
Like I said, you got this goes Astros, Rangers, Mariners, Angels, Athletics.
All right, so let's just break this down team by team here for a second. So here's what the Angels did this offseason. They brought in Tyler Wade, real big addition there. Obviously, their big move in the rotation was they brought in Syndergaard, who has thrown 4 innings in 2 years. So for a team that desperately needs starting pitching, I'm not sure that should have been your splashy move. They brought in Raisel Iglesias for the back end of the bullpen. The bullpen hasn't exactly been ideal either, so they're hoping Iglesias can clean that up. Michael Lorenzen, who was like the NL version of Ohtani there when he could hit. He has actually some pop. He's an okay pitcher. Archie Bradley, Kurt Suzuki, Matt Duffy. I mean, really, if you're the Angels, you need everything to go right. You need Noah Syndergaard to pitch 150 innings. You need Mike Trout to play 150 games. You need Ohtani to not regress significantly from last year. You would actually take a small regression in hitting for a small improvement in pitching. Ideally, is what you would want. Okay, and then you would take 135 games of Anthony Rendon. Okay, you need all of that to happen, and still some things on top. You need that outfield situation to figure itself out. You need some of the young guys, the Brandon Marshes and the Joe Adells. You need somebody to kind of step up and show what happened. I mean, Marsh actually looked like he could swing the bat a little better than Adell at the end of last year. Their first taste of the big leagues, so we'll see what happens there. But I'm sorry, for a team that has no pitching, has always needed pitching, and has health problems, the Angels didn't do anything that screams, we just moved ourselves up to the top of the division. The A's got rid of everybody. Okay, and I know that they're always there, and I know they're very much like the Rays, but when you get rid of everybody like that, you need a year. So I'm not going to go anywhere with them.
Yeah, they're setting up to come to Vegas.
So going back to your Mariners, so they brought in Robbie Ray to put at the top of their rotation. They stole Jesse Winker, and
they didn't steal him. They earned that.
They got him for the Reds for nothing. I don't know what the Reds were doing there. It's like, we really needed to move Suarez's contract, so by all means, take Jesse Winker with him. Mm-hmm. Because he's not good or anything.
Right.
So, so they got that. They also got Adam Frazier, who hopefully, now that he's away from the Padres, will look more like the Pirate Adam Frazier instead of the Padre Adam Frazier. So, but again, for the Mariners, pitching. And what are you going to get from Julio Rodriguez, who is their uber prospect, who will be there opening day? Will he take off and running, or will he has a problem. Will you get, what are you getting in Eugenio Suarez, who was obviously taking over for Kyle Seager, who retired? Are you going to get the Suarez of last year who couldn't hit the Mendoza line and hit 25 home runs? Or are you going to get the Suarez who hits 240 and hits 40 bombs? That is a big difference. So
Seattle's a pitcher's park, though. So even if he hits above the Mendoza line, that's a win in that park.
Listen, you can talk me into the Mariners making the playoffs. I'm not going to sit here and buy the Mariners winning the division.
Then you would be wrong.
The Rangers, like I said, spent $1 billion. They signed Corey Seager. They signed Marcus Semien. They signed John Gray. They signed Cole Calhoun. They signed Garrett Richards, who continually gets contracts. I don't know how. I mean, the guy's arm is barely attached at this point.
He was good at one point.
At one point. That was when the Angels thought they had a rotation.
Yeah.
How long ago that
I
was?
remember that. Yeah, it was Luke.
Yeah.
Jared Weaver was on the team too, right?
Yeah, Jared Weaver.
They got Mitch Garver from your Twins there, Josh. But I mean, basically they lost 102 games last year and just threw a whole lot of money at a few superstars. And that's basically because they have a new ballpark and they need to get people out to the ballpark. Will it take them out of being a 100-loss team? Sure. Will it make them a contender? No. Not at all.
Yeah, I got the Rangers in fourth. Like they put a lot of money into that team, but it's a lot of kind of like the Twins, like with Correa. That's a big name. That doesn't mean anything to your team as a whole. Like the Rangers spent a lot of money. That team's not cohesive. It's a decent team, but based on the other teams that are in that division, it's not good enough to contend for the playoffs this year. Maybe next year, but not this year.
I mean, they're going to beat the Mariners, so that's about it.
I doubt it. And I'll bet you another $1 on that.
I will bet you another $1 too.
At the season total or in a game? Because
it's
they will
season
beat
total.
In a game. Okay.
We're getting calm down. We're gonna get the season totals. Relax.
By mid-season, he's gonna owe me money. So
lastly, the Astros didn't do a whole lot. They brought back Verlander. They signed Hector Neris because apparently they didn't watch him pitch for the Phillies. They signed Nico Goodrum. Obviously, they didn't bring back Carlos Correa, but they have their rookie shortstop, Jeremy Pena, who's getting talked up a lot as far as supposedly, not being, this huge void being left there at shortstop. I know they're the favorite. I know they lost Correa, but I look around at the division and I can't make a real case at why the Astros shouldn't be the betting favorite right now. I mean, even with the loss of Correa, they still have, a bunch of high quality bats in that lineup. That rotation is still probably the best in that division, even with Verlander, who might not start right away, but will be there probably 2 or 3 weeks in. They still have McCullers and all that. So I don't think the Astros necessarily run away with the division by any means, but I can't talk myself out of them not being the favorite.
You give me Mariners at 4.5 to 1. That's like, it's not quite as ridiculous as the Tigers at 7 to 1. But I mean, those are good betting odds over the Astros.
No, it's certainly decent odds. I'll give you that. All right, so here we go. Real quickly, I hit on the wrong thing. Let's let this load, and then I'll bring up the other thing. Since we're talking about teams, whether or not teams are going to make the playoffs, let's go to make the playoffs here real quick. So let's see, what teams are we debating? And so the Yankees, who we had a good debate about, you can get plus 310 on the Yankees not to make the playoffs.
I'll take that.
Josh, it is plus 175 for the Mariners to make the playoffs.
Yep, that's good money.
What else here? Tigers plus 330 to make the playoffs.
Take that. Plus 330. Jesus Christ.
we're adding playoff teams. I'm getting plus 330 on the Tigers.
On DraftKings?
Yeah, I'm looking at DraftKings right now. Chico, you're talking up your Red Sox. DraftKings don't like Red Sox. It's pretty much straight up whether or not they're making the play. So minus 120, yes. Even money on the no.
Yeah.
Who
plus what do I got? Plus 300 for the Marlins. Hell yeah, they're making the playoffs.
Yeah, they'll knock the Mets off. So
and nobody
slide into that Mets spot.
else really juicy here, just for shits and giggles, since you guys want to keep crapping on the Mets. Plus 230 on the no for the Mets.
What's
Hammer it?
What's the Giants at? Giants and the Padres. What are they at right now?
Giants. It's pretty straight up. 130 yes, plus 110 no.
Okay.
Padres are down here. Padres overwhelming on the yes, minus 245, a plus 195 on the no. Just trying to see if anybody else kind of jumped out. I don't really see anybody else that's jumping out at me.
What's the is there an over-under on how many games the Pirates are going to win?
Okay, we can do win totals. We can get to win totals right now. That's what I hit on originally anyway. All right. So win totals. You want the Pirates?
Yep.
All right. Let's see here. Well, here, let's start with this since this popped up first. Your Twins over under is 81.5. So basically a 500 ball club.
I mean, I'd give it the over. I'd say maybe they go 83 and 79. Yeah. I 83 and 79, so I would take the over barely, but that line's pretty close at 81.5.
By the way, the Yankees over under is 91.5. Under.
I'll take the under. Yep.
Okay, let's keep moving on. Josh, Mariners win total 83.5.
I'll take the over.
Yes, there's still going to be 162 games. We're playing some doubleheaders.
Yeah.
Jays win total 92.5. Under.
I'll take the over.
Under.
You like the under on that?
Under.
I think they're 100. I think they're a 100-win team.
100 wins isn't just like a snap of your fingers thing here.
Take
That's the team.
Diamondbacks. 66.5.
Yeah.
Under.
Yeah. I think they win 62.
62
and 100.
Tigers win total 78.5.
Oh, I'll take the over.
Guardians 76.5. Under.
Yeah.
Under. Good God.
What sucks more, the team or the name? Holy
Both.
shit.
Oh God, that's close. That's equal.
Yeah.
Red Sox 85.5. I feel like I got to go under there.
Yeah.
Padres are 90.5.
Go over. They're winning 92.
Under on the Padres.
No, I'm talking about
Padres
the
are
Sox.
90.5.
Yeah, they're not winning 90 games.
Yeah, no.
No, I was talking about the Red Sox.
Yes,
I heard what you were talking about. The Orioles are 62.5, and I feel like I still need to slam the under.
That's the under. Yep.
They're favored on the under on mine.
That's not a shock.
Yes, they are favored on the under. Diamondbacks 66.5. I feel like that's an under.
That's an under. Where are the Rockies?
2 games.
I don't know. I didn't get there yet. Pirates are 65.5.
Under.
Over.
Fuck off. They don't win more than 40 games.
Rockies 68.5. That's an under.
Under. That's under.
That's an under. There's a whole lot of unders.
What's the Rays over under right now?
I just clicked out of it. I think it was 91.5, somewhere in that area.
All right.
I'm trying to find.
You've got 2 teams potentially that can win over 100 games, maybe 3. Maybe 3.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to see if I can do this 2 years in a row. Last year, I gave you the AL MVP winner, Ohtani. Good money. All right. You don't get good money on him this year. Sorry. So let's start with Rookie of the Year, since I was talking about that earlier. Unfortunately for me, my American League Rookie of the Year is the favorite, and that is Bobby Witt Jr. Right now, he is plus 310 to be AL Rookie of the Year. Torkelson and Julio Rodriguez are second at 4.5 to 1. You can go down the list. Baz, who we talked about for the Rays, is 11 to 1. Jeremy Pena, who's now the starting shortstop for the Astros, is 12 to 1. Your boy Joey Ryan over there is 25 to 1. I mean, I'm looking at the rest of this list. I mean, once you get past the top 5 or 6, I mean, you're really hoping somebody gets called up early. I mean, you got Brujan for the Rays, who has been called up here and there. He's gotten a little cup of tea, but I don't think he's going to be on the Rays roster opening day, and I don't know when he's going to get a call. So him at 25 to 1, I mean, you're really hoping that he comes sometime soon. To answer Nick's question about Rushman is actually the 4th favorite at 7 to 1, but he's not on the opening day Orioles roster because he's got an elbow problem. So, I mean, you're hoping he gets to Baltimore by May. By May, if he plays half a season, that 7 to 1 is just a waste of time. I mean, the top 3 guys in Witt, Torkelson, and Rodriguez are there from day one. Baz is in the opening rotation in the Rays. I think that they're Pena is going to be the starting shortstop. They're all better bets than Rushman. So
Torkelson for the AL.
As do I. I'm big on Torkelson. Witt's not bad either. Like, I can understand why he's the betting favorite right now, but I like Torkelson.
The sleeper I would give you, and again, this is based on a call up, is Chico, your Red Sox. If they start off slow, Tristan Casas could get a call up. He was on the Team USA Olympic team because the MLB guys couldn't go.
Yeah.
He is a big power hitting first baseman. Right now he is 30 to 1. If he gets up there by early to mid May and gets 130, 140 games still, he could be a threat. So he's the only long shot I'm really looking at. But I think most of the favorites are kind of where they need to be as far as the AL is concerned. On the NL side, Nick's boy Suzuki is the favorite at plus 380. O'Neal Cruz is a young power hitting shortstop for the Pirates, although he is not on the opening day roster. Don't know why. I mean, you're the Pirates. You'd think you'd play the kid. He's 4 to 1. Hunter Green made the Reds rotation. He's actually going to be 4th in the rotation. He's the kid that throws 100 miles an hour. He's 7 to 1. Outside of that, I mean, I don't know. But why is Sixto Sanchez on this list? Sixto Sanchez can't throw a baseball. And Nick just said Sixto. Sixto can't throw a baseball.
As soon as you said that, I was like, did you read Nick's comment?
Oh, God. Go ahead. Throw your money. I'll take the bet on Sixto. I'll take the money. Good God. I'm looking at who else is on this list, trying to see if I can find. Do the Cardinals use Nolan Gorman? Do he got talk about being the DH before they signed Pujols. I think that kind of shot any chance that he had.
Pujols is there for nostalgia, and that's it. he's not going to be every day once he's never mind.
All right, so here's just because of the Joey Bart. Oh God, Joey Bart. No, the Giants don't even like Joey Bart. No. So here's the long shot I'll give you. Rosie Contreras is a pitcher for the Pirates. He'll be in the rotation. He won't be in the rotation opening day, but he'll be in the rotation soon. I think he'll make an impact right away. So if he can be a guy on the Pirates who pitches to a mid-3 ERA, get, maybe 9-10 wins, and none of these other guys like O'Neal Cruz or Suzuki have a huge year, Contreras could be in the conversation, and he's 40-1. So that would be the long shot I could give you there. I don't know that anybody else is really a great call.
Philly didn't call up Bryson, did they?
No. I don't know that. I don't know when Bryson's getting the call. Bryson's still uber young.
Yeah,
They don't really have anywhere to put Bryson either. I mean, I know Didi's old and falls apart every 5 seconds, but
you don't need to rush him. I mean, the kid's good. Just
all right. So AL Cy Young winner. Cole is your overwhelming favorite at 425. Bieber second at 7-1. Robbie Ray 9-1 at third. Giolito 10-1, and then we can kind of go down the list.
Ray.
Yeah, I'll take Robbie Ray as well at 9-1.
All right, you guys all want to jump on the Robbie Ray bandwagon.
We already talked about Cole not being able to throw.
So. No, I'm not taking Cole. Not taking Cole.
Who are you taking then, dog?
I'm going to go. Hold on, I'm looking to see if there's anybody else down the list here that catches my eye. There you go. If you believe Noah Syndergaard can throw a baseball, you can get him at 45-1. That's not,
take it.
Hammer it.
The only reason he's only pitched 4 innings in 2 years is because he was a Met. Now that he's off the team, he's going to pitch. Yeah.
I can cut my arm off, please.
I'm going to take Tarek Skubal at 40-1. He's one of those arms in that Tiger rotation that we were talking about. He just pitched against that Blue Jay lineup that you loved so much. He struck out 7 in 3 innings.
It's spring training.
It was the start. It was the opening day lineup.
Spring training still.
Yeah, not trying too hard.
Skubal's got the goods. He started putting it together last year. I know he's going to be probably third in that rotation. Eduardo Rodriguez will probably be the 1. Casey Mize will probably be 2, and then Skubal and Manning at 3 and 4. I think Skubal could put numbers together, so I'll take a shot at him at 40-1. And if you're really going to ride the J train that you guys are riding, 20-1 on Berrios.
Former Twin. I like it.
The NL side, Corbin Burns to repeat is 7-1. He is second favorite. Scherzer is the favorite at 6-1. Bueller is 8-1. Zach Wheeler and Brandon Woodruff are 10-1.
I like Woodruff at 10-1. Bueller.
Yep, that's who I'm liking.
Nah, give me Woodruff at 10-1. He's up there with Burns, so I mean they're going to be competing. But
I can't do Wheeler. He's already got arm problems. I can't take Alcantara because the Marlins are going to be awful. I mean, if you want to, here's the thing. If you're buying into the Mets, which I'm not advising, if you're buying into the Mets, okay, instead of taking Scherzer at 6-1 or banking on a DeGrom term at 12-1, I would take Chris Bassett at 30-1. Bassett's going to be the number 3 in that rotation. Chris Bassett is a very good pitcher that nobody knew about because he was pitching in Oakland. He could be just as good as Scherzer throughout the year. Okay, when we don't, and as Josh likes to point out, Scherzer could get hurt at any minute. I mean, he's already got a hamstring thing going on. So Bassett's not a horrible bet at 30-1.
Is the scout talking about T1 Walker?
I think he's talking about Walker Buehler.
Walker Buehler. Okay, I was like, which Walker?
At 8-1. You know what? I mean, I'm not in love with the Padres by any means, but Sean Manaea at 22-1 isn't horrible either.
Yeah.
I mean, certainly not the best bet I would give you, but not a horrible stab. I mean, you really you're really searching here if you're going into the long shot category. I mean, Flaherty is already hurt. Pablo Lopez isn't going to, he's not going to get. I don't think he's going to be better than Alcantara, and the Marlins are awful. Yeah, you guys can talk up Max Fried all you want. He's not material. Sorry. I mean, if you're going to take Fried at 22-1, I mean, Gunnar brought up Urias at 20-1. I'd rather take Urias at 20-1 than Fried over 20 at 22. So, yeah.
Take Zach Gallen.
He's not even an option.
Then that means he's big money, baby.
All right. Let's move to MVP. Soto is the overwhelming NL favorite at plus 280. Went down too far. Dun, dun, dun. There we go. Acuna is a distant second at 7-1. Harper is 9-1, along with Betts. Freeman 12-1. Turner 14-1, and then we get into the long shot category.
Give me Mookie Betts. I still got faith.
Who's some of the long shots?
Yeah, where's Tatis on that list?
18-1. How are you going to take Tatis? He's not going to play for 3 months.
I don't care. I was just curious as to where he was. I didn't say I was taking him. I just
18.
asked where he was. Okay.
What about Pete Alonso?
35. 8-1.
8-1.
28.
Yeah.
28. 28. Oh.
Well, 28. Okay. I thought you said 8.
I wouldn't mind taking Pete Alonso. As a long shot bet, the guy is going to have a comeback season. Going to hold that team on his shoulders.
I'm trying to see if I'm going to go. If you're looking at long shots, who can you go? All right. So if you're looking at long shots. All right.
So Goldschmidt 65-1.
Yeah. No. So
that's not the Diamondback Goldie. So.
All right, I'll give you 3 long shots, all depending on how much you like the teams. If you're gonna ride the Phillies, you could take a shot at Castellanos at 45-1. Castellanos hitting in that bandbox, to Citizens Bank Park, is going to put up big numbers. He's going to hit 40+ dingers. So if the Phillies are good and he has a monster year, he could get MVP consideration. Willie Adames, when he came over to the Brewers last year, had a huge second half. He really helped the Brewers make that run and get to the playoffs. If he has really turned a corner, and that is going to be his offensive output, he will be the best hitter on the Brewers. He will be better than Christian Yelich, who I don't think can hit anymore. So at 50-1,
he's dating Kim Kardashian now, isn't he? So he's going to decline massively.
And I'm sorry. I know that he looks lost, and I know that he hasn't hit well in probably 2 years, but you're begging me to bet Cody Bellinger at 60-1.
I like that.
I mean, the guy is a former MVP. Okay. I know that he looks lost, but I mean, if he suddenly finds it, I mean, that lineup is deep already. I mean, the biggest problem you would have if he had a monster year is you're just hoping somebody else in the lineup also doesn't have a monster year to split the votes.
Yep.
But I mean, it's 60-1. It's worth a flyer. So
I wouldn't mind putting money down on him. I would definitely put money on Cody Bellinger.
All right. So let's go to the L. Ohtani is your overwhelming. Well, not overwhelming. He's your favorite. It's 3.5. Trout's 4.5. Vlad is 5. Then we get to double digits. Those are your 3 overwhelming favorites. It's a big drop. You go from Vlad at 5-1 to Aaron Judge at 18-1. So it is a big jump. I like how the scout put his bets in here, his pick here, and none of them were mine. So that makes me feel better.
Taking Judge, baby.
Josh, just so you know, Buxton is 25-1.
No. Nope.
That's a good bet.
That's the worst bet you could make.
I don't know. The guy just got signed to an extension. He's got to be good. The team likes him. Come on.
But who on the team likes him?
Everybody, and obviously the front office.
No, he's the fucking Caillou of baseball. Nobody loves him. He deserves nothing.
So he's gonna get canceled?
Hopefully, yes. Nothing.
I thought he was more like no, he's good. Watch him. He's gonna get 25 home runs before the All-Star break.
And then never play the rest of the season. He'll get that 25th home run, and then he'll play.
All I said is he had to get 25 before the All-Star break. I didn't say anything about afterwards.
All right.
I'm just going to tell you this right now. I love the AL MVP board so much more than the NL MVP board.
Oh, yeah, because the American League is better.
Well, no, it's because so much value has been put on the Ohtani, Trout, Vlad group that there's so much value on everybody else.
What about Teoscar? Like, what's his odds at?
I didn't even see him, honestly. Let me see if he's even an option.
Gunnar, I already told you he's a 91 in the show, but his injury stat is a 3.
Yeah, I don't see Teoscar. All right, so as far as the favorites are concerned, my bet would be on Wander Franco at 18-1. All right, I still think the Rays are going to be good. I think you got your little sprinkling of Wander last year. Now you get the full year of Wander. And, a year from now, you'll be talking about Wander in the same group as you're talking about Vlad and all the younger bats. So Wander at 18-1 is amongst the favorites. The scout said Luis Robert at 22-1. He's 20-1 in mine. Instead of betting Robert at 20-1, why wouldn't I bet Eloy Jimenez at 50-1? Did we forget that Jimenez was hurt last year and we forgot about him? Jimenez is the better hitter.
Come on, Dan. You're talking to a scout here. This guy knows what he's talking about.
So, yeah. You can get Bo is 30-1.
Teoscar Hernandez is a plus 6,000 on the MVP.
Oh, okay. You found him. He's not even listed on mine. Altuve at 45-1 isn't bad either.
What about Carlos Correa?
He is 40-1.
Take him. Hammer it.
For Nick over there thinking that Anthony Rendon's actually going to play, you can get him at 60-1. Yeah, so I would take Eloy at 50-1, Altuve at 45-1, Bo at 30-1, and Wander at 18-1. Those are my 4.
I like them. Not bad.
I'm still gonna say Teoscar Hernandez is an outside shot. Put $5 on him. Never know what could happen.
I like Bellinger and Judge.
Ballinger's not bad. Judge, I'm not sold on.
I think he'll have a bounce back here.
So, DraftKings has player props up as well. I'm just kind of scrolling through them here. We were talking about Bobby Witt Jr. earlier. His over-under for home runs on the year is 20.5.
Carlos Correa is plus 4,000 on DraftKings for the MVP.
Trying to see if I can get to anybody that that's worth having a conversation about.
And Teoscar is plus 10,000 on FanDuel.
Hey, Chris Bryant over-under for home runs is 30.5.
Over.
At Coors Field, over.
Yep.
Matt Olson's is 39.5. Feel like that's an under.
I feel like you're right. Yeah, I think he hits like 35.
Castellanos is 31.5. That's an over. It's an over.
Yep.
I don't have to think about it. Alonso is 41.5. I feel like that's an under.
I feel like that's pretty close. I think he hits 40, so yeah, it's probably an under.
Acuna is 36.5.
That's an under.
Mm-hmm.
Your boy Teoscar is 32.5.
Under.
I think he hit 31 last year.
Yeah, that number's right there.
Yeah, so that's pretty close.
Ohtani 38.5.
He could hit that before the All-Star break again.
Vlad is 43.5.
Take the over.
And Wander is 21.5.
Over.
What else do we got? Oh, let's go to. I'm curious. We have pitcher total wins. Curious who I can pound the under on. I'm sure Garrett Cole will be up there. Can't believe Zach Gallen's not making any of these lists, Chica.
He's coming back from, the offseason.
Oh, so there you go. I know somebody brought up Manoah earlier in the chat. His over-under for regular season wins is 10.5. The over is even money. That's an interesting bet. Josh, since you love Woodruff for Cy Young, his over-under regular season wins is 11.5.
I'll take the over.
Trying to see if anybody. Cole is 15.5.
Under.
The under is plus 110. Over is juiced heavily.
Wow.
Your boy Ryu, 11.5. Juiced to the over.
Seems excessive, but all right.
Berrios 13.5.
That's pretty close, I think.
Urias is 13.5. Verlander 13.5.
I'm just gonna go ahead and bet the overs on all the Asian pitchers.
Fried is
like
14.5. Robbie Ray 11.5.
Over. Wait. What did Robbie Ray? What was his total wins last year? I'm trying to remember.
He definitely hit the over last year.
But in Seattle, you only have to have 7 wins to get a Cy Young, so should be a shoe-in.
Zach Wheeler is 13.5 juice to the over. I feel like that's an under. Really under. Ooh. So they also have. So we'll round out with this real quick. They have. You can do matchups of They give you 2 players and who will hit more home runs on the season.
Okay.
So I'm just here. I'll just run through the couple of ones that they have here. So they have Acuna versus Soto. Acuna is the favorite.
Yeah. I'd take Acuna on that.
Vlad versus Alonso.
Vlad.
Yordan Alvarez versus Joey Gallo. I feel like that one's pretty easy.
Joey Gallo, baby!
As long as you don't put him in a home run derby, he performs.
Yordan Alvarez versus Matt Olson.
Matt Olson.
Can we put Freddie Freeman against Matt Olson? That's the matchup I want.
Chris Bryant versus Kyle Schwarber.
Chris Bryant all day.
In Coolers Field, yeah.
Schwarber hitting in the bandbox known as Citizens Bank.
It's true. That is true. Schwarber can knock the ball out of the park. I'm still got to go with Bryant.
Yeah, still going Chris Bryant.
Here you go. This one will just upset you guys. Bryce Harper versus Adam Duvall. Harper is not the favorite.
How?
What?
I'm taking Bryce Harper.
Yep.
Hammer it.
Who's Buxton up against?
Nobody.
Correa.
I love these.
He's up against the IR. That's who he's up against.
Yeah, these Bryce Harper ones are awesome. Bryce Harper versus Brandon Lowe, also not the favorite.
Take Harper.
Yeah, take Harper every time.
It's easy money for you.
Oh, here we go. We got your answer, Josh. Olsen versus Freeman. Olsen a heavy favorite.
Wow, disrespect.
I don't think so.
Sano versus Teoscar.
Teoscar. Snow can't hit anything that's not a fastball.
I might have to bet some of these.
I would.
There's some fun. They need to give me pitcher ones like that. That would be nice.
Oh yeah, pitcher on pitcher.
Yeah.
That'd be good. We can put a DeGrom against Scherzer.
Yeah.
First 1 to 10 victories wins.
They've got a lot of bets about whether or not guys are going to hit their milestones. So Judge could hit his 200th career home run this year. Pujols is trying to hit 700 this year. Harper's trying to hit 300 this year. Freeman's also trying to hit 300 this year. What else we got here?
I feel like home runs aren't really an accomplishment until you hit 500.
Is 500 an accomplishment anymore?
No, but like it's not worth talking about until you get to 500. Like,
I'm saying I don't know, like 500 used to carry weight. I don't know that carries weight anymore.
No, it's like the benchmark to be talked about as a home run hitter, though.
I got you. All right, that looks like that's all the fun bets. So that's that.
Wait a minute, Buxton. If that's real, I'm taking the over.
It's not real.
Okay, I'm like, if that's real, hammer the over.
That's Gunnar trying to be funny, and it's not. He's not.
Gunner's funny.
I was gonna say Buxton and Gunnar share the same hip frailty.
Oh, World Series matchup.
Oh yeah,
way too early.
Didn't pick we talked about who we liked, but we actually didn't pick teams and whatnot.
I've got it.
Do that.
I have mine already.
Okay, all right. Go ahead, Joe. You're prepared.
I am going Blue Jays and the Dodgers in the World Series, with the Dodgers taking it.
Drinking that Blue Jay Kool-Aid.
Yeah, man. To me, they look like the best team in the American League right now. And I think they're the only team that can really get past the White Sox. The White Sox look good. Tigers look good. I think the Blue Jays have enough to carry it, though. And the Rays, I'm just a little too worried about some of their youth at pitching and some of the injuries that they already have. So I think
I don't trust the playoffs anyway.
Yeah, well, that's true. But I don't know that there's a team in the playoffs, if the Blue Jays can stay healthy, that can beat them, or stop them from making it to the World Series. And the Dodgers are just stacked. I mean, they've been stacked for a while. nothing's changed. They're just keep getting better. So I don't see the Braves maintaining and going back this year. They're still good. I still think the NLCS is the Dodgers and the Braves for sure. But I think the Dodgers edge that one out, and I think they win it all this year.
Chico, Diamondbacks versus
Yeah.
Diamondbacks Twins in the World Series. Let's go.
From the basement, they make it. I'm going White Sox versus the Dodgers. Dodgers taking it 5-1. Right?
Nice.
Yeah, that'd be right.
I'm really trying to come up with a contrarian pick in the NL just for the hell of it.
The Phillies?
No, that would not
Padres?
be. I will pick a third team here in the AL. So Josh took Toronto. You took the White Sox. I'll take Houston. I mean, is it like what I go run to the counter and bet it right now? No, but I'll go with the team that I know can get there. The White Sox are pretty much the same team they were last year. I mean, they just got rid of Kimbrel, brought in AJ Pollock. That bullpen was a little shaky at the end of the year. I don't trust Tony La Russa a whole hell of a lot unless it's near an alcohol bottle. So, so I'll go with the Astros. In the NL, God. It's hard to go against the Dodgers. It really is. I wouldn't go with the Braves. I don't think they're going to. I mean, I'll pick them for the division, but I don't think that they will repeat, let alone go on another playoff, even a deep playoff run. So I don't know that I like that. Just to be a contrarian, and if this team gets a little bit of offense, they could have a shot. I'll go with the Brewers. The Brewers are a team rotationally could match up with the Dodgers. The Brewers and Dodgers have matched up in the postseason where they have kept the Dodgers offense in check. They just can't really score. And that is kind of the Brewers issue is always their offense. But again, like I said, if Adames has turned the corner offensively, if Yelich can bounce back even somewhat, maybe they'll make some moves. So to be contrarian, I'll go with the Brewers.
All right.
Hey, it's different.
Now, Chico, I did promise you before we leave. I did promise you a betting tip here.
Oh yeah, what are we doing here?
Okay, so early in the season, all right. So the first month, this hits a lot, and then as we go on, it gets a little more dicey. But first inning unders, okay. Usually it is a half run. Some books they'll let you go to 1.5. But first inning unders, especially early in the year, have a high success rate of hitting. Also, you can play pitching matchups if you get two good pitchers. Obviously, that helps your first inning under as well. But you got to remember, especially on the East Coast, the weather is colder. Pitchers are always ahead of hitters when we start. I think last year, the first 3 weeks of the season, first inning unders hit at about a 82% rate, somewhere in that area. Occasionally, you can also get the books aren't real great at pricing these sometimes. So occasionally, you'll get a good plus money option.
Yeah.
Like last year, I remember the Dodgers opened with the Rockies. So because the Dodgers have such a great lineup, you get plus money on first inning under. But if the Rockies are throwing like a Marquez or somebody like that, you might be able to get through and you get plus money, and that usually works. But what I'm going to try and do, I tried to do this last year. It didn't last very long. I'm going to try and do it this year. Maybe I'll do it on the Twitter and the Facebook page. Is each day I'll throw a pickup. All right, whether it be a first inning under or a game play or whatever, So maybe I'll go with maybe I'll just do one best pick for every day, or maybe I'll give you a best pick and some other options. I haven't decided yet, but each day I'll throw picks up.
I got one thing, just for the boys in the chat who aren't, well, the one isn't here right now, but I told him I was going to shout him out. This no longer belongs to me. This is Zach's now. Yet another untrained, unknowing, hates basketball man wins our basketball championship 2 years in a row. So I got to get this to Florida so that I can get it to the man, but it's not mine anymore.
Here are the two things that basketball league proves true. Number one, because we are just picking one game a week for all these guys, that it is just pure throwing darts. Okay. So that is number one. And number two, yet again, for somebody who will never be on our show or in our chat, so he won't ever hear this. Okay, but God knows I'll let him know in the chat. Yet again, Steven chokes.
By 4 points. 4 points.
I saw.
Oh, it was glorious.
I saw.
I'm in it, but I protest because I do not like the one game a week pick.
I don't either. I complained about it last year.
I hate that.
Yeah, well, just go to ESPN or go to Yahoo. I know it's not the best, but at least you can do head-to-head matchups or do rotary.
Also, I know that there has been a lot of most of the people that are watching this have left, so nobody's here to complain still. But I know that especially from you, Chico, I know there's been a lot of complaint about the draft tomorrow.
Yeah, I won't be there. I'll be at work. I'm working.
So,
dumb.
All right, not that it helps us this year, but assuming that this league actually does survive to next year, we will do a slow draft next year.
You telling me you guys can't do a Sunday morning? I know you both don't go to church.
You don't know me.
No, I know you're not going to church.
Yeah, that's true.
I can. I would be asleep on Sunday morning, so that would be difficult.
If it would be Sunday my morning, it'd be Sunday afternoon for you.
Yeah, and then I would be getting ready for work.
Well, you guys can all take time off.
Spend time with your family?
No, I didn't say anything about that.
Yeah, I'm not doing that either.
Dude, I'm like Tom Brady. Like I get in and I'm like, well, I'm going back. Never mind.
Yeah.
It's fine. I have other leagues I'm in that are way more fun and actually have money involved.
I'm in a money league right now and they hate my ass. Dan gave me his whole team. Glorious.
Wait till this draft's over. You guys are gonna hate me.
By the way, I don't think the scout's still here. He showed a roster that he did in a money league, and like he presented it as if he was proud. Like Chico drafted last night, showed us our roster, and I said to Chico, I said the hitting's great. I said the pitching's questionable, and he said, yeah. All right, and that was obvious. Gunnar presented his in the same fashion, had the same problem, but I don't think he realized it.
He showed it like it was the greatest roster of all time.
Like he's got like Tanner Hawk on his fantasy team. That's nothing to promote.
Joke's on him. I don't even know who that is.
Pitcher for the Red Sox.
Okay.
So, all right. So we getting this we changing things up on NU. We getting this moderator in here.
I'm going to talk to him this week.
Okay.
Moderate, but I think that we can like each just rotate. I think we'll make it competition style for us. Is whoever loses has to moderate the next week.
Yeah, whatever. I'll say change up the NU game. I'll say it'll be as Sony trying to do MCU movies without using MCU.
True.
Pretty much.
I was gonna say. I need to find that picture. I have a picture. It's the last 4 Sony movies that were MCU oriented, but not that they didn't actually use the MCU for. Yeah, it was bad.
Fantastic for all of them?
Here, hold on. Let me go off and maybe I can find it real quick. All right. So before Morbius. So basically it's Morbius, both Venoms, and the Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Well, Venoms were fine. There was nothing wrong with the Venom.
First Venom
movies.
was fine. Second one,
I didn't see the second one.
It's fine.
it's
Dan's a hater.
not a hater.
Dan's a hater.
I would believe so.
Not a hater. Did not see more.
I haven't
Would you
seen Morbius
say-
yet.
I'm not going to. It just looks so bad.
Yeah, whenever it comes on, I'm not going out of my way to see it.
That's basically every movie right now. I don't have time to see movies.
Well, I mean, I would.
if you
I
come
would
to
go-
Orlando, we'll go see a movie together.
Okay.
I would go out of my way to see it if I knew it was good or tied into anything. It doesn't. So,
Oh, Dan, are you going to come to Orlando?
Are we
Do a
still live?
Pod?
yes, we're
If
still
he's
live.
still live.
People don't want to hear this.
Okay.
I thought you shut it off. I'm just seeing it now.
I look at the corner. We're still live. What the hell?
All right. I brought up the NU thing because people might care about a change in NU.
There's no one in here listening anymore.
There's somebody supposedly still watching. I don't know who that is, but whatever.
That's
All right. To the one person watching, thank you. We'll see you next time.